Let us welcome Ms. Natalie Russman, Country Director of CAS Malaysia, to deliver her closing remarks. Ms. Natalie, the floor is yours.
Well, good afternoon and selamat petang. Yeah, before I give or deliver my closing remarks, but I try to be very brief and short because we are already quite late and everybody is looking for lunch probably. Let me greet properly Yang Berbahagia Dato' Yoso Min, President of MIM, and I've been told the first female, so congratulations. Yang Berbahagia Dato' T. Shwan, Vice President of MIM. YB Jaziri, former Senator and Member of Parliament. Mr. Azlan Abdullah, Vice Chairman of MIM. And Mr. Kabenesh, or Kabe, we used to say, CEO of MIM. And board members, board directors of MIM, and of course all distinguished guests present here today. Yeah, I'm quite glad to hear that some of my colleagues are a bit complaining about the air conditioner cold here. Basically, I'm still new in the country, 2 months now, and it's exactly what I always feel. And when I enter a venue or room or a car, first thing I'm saying is, please turn down your air condition. I mean, I'm coming from a cold country, Germany. We have winter, but in summer, though our summer is quite unstable, yeah, we might have temperature around 30 and sometimes also 40 degrees, and there's no air condition at all. So we really have to suffer. But maybe I'm got used to these warm countries, being now working abroad for so many years, 5 or 6 years. So my home country become more or less also like a country that I only visit, like a tourist. Sometimes I do feel. Well, as we come to close of today's crucial conversations, I would like to thank all of you, our panelists, and I think we have great panelists and expertise today, especially also from the former Minister of Natural Resources and Energy, and also from ISIS, and also from the UNCG. So I think we really brought a good discussion together, and I would like to thank all participants for your active engagement and thought-provoking discussions. Well, this event speaks exactly to the mandate and mission of CAS Konrad-Adenauer-Stiftung Malaysia, which is to provide, in collaboration with our esteemed local partner organization, a platform to discuss and share knowledge, and to compare notes, and to have an exchange of topics of mutual interest which will impact our future generation. Over the course of the day, we have explored the pressing challenges of enhancing Malaysia's digital future. The rapid growth of data centers, cloud computing, digital services driven by AI is not just a technical trend, it has becoming, well, an engineering of our economy and will definitely shape Malaysia's competitiveness regionally and globally. Hence, ensuring that these projects are aligned with the environmental goals is key to Malaysia's, and of course Malaysia is a signatory to many international agreements, such as also the UN Sustainability Goals, SDGs, we touched on our discussions earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on green and digital transformation, there are many aspects to look at. The security is for sure a matter that we have to take into consideration, and the legal framework as well. That's why it's very good that we have also a member of parliament, a representative from the legislation here also in our discussion and panel. And it will be of main consideration. Yet we must recognize that data centers are extremely energy intensive. We have discussed that in our earlier panel. And it has environmental impacts as well. Globally, they already account for nearly 2% of total electricity consumption, and this figure is set to rise in the upcoming years. For Malaysia, this means that the decision we make now about energy supply will directly influence both our competitiveness and our climate commitments as well. So this has to somehow be balanced, also taking into account the impact, social impact on all of us. This is where today's discussion on renewable power and inclusive digital energy transition becomes so important. We heard how clean energy can meet the demands of digital growth. That's why the ASEAN Power Grid is a milestone that enhances energy security, affordability, and sustainability for the regional supply and development of its member states. Earlier this year at the Asia-Pacific Roundtable hosted by ISAS Malaysia, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim himself highlighted the ASEAN Power Grid as a strategic pathway for the region to enhance energy security and sustainability. These words remind us that this is not only a technical challenge, but also a matter of strategy towards regional cooperation for the benefit of the entire region. And here I would like also to address that it's also a concern of the European Union and also especially Germany to look more into this region, also in terms of ongoing collaboration. The economic stakes are clear. If we get this right, Malaysia's position itself as a regional hub for green digital infrastructure will be successful. If we fall behind, we risk locking ourselves into unsustainable pathways. Our dialogue today was also related to environmental, social, and governance, a framework that is becoming a standard for business worldwide. Here in Malaysia, ESG adoption is accelerating, but it remains still uneven. Larger corporations are leading the way, while many smaller enterprises are still struggling, of course, of capacity issues and also resources. And I think here where we come into play, together with MIM and other NGOs, kind of giving also assistance to provide upskillings in this area. This is precisely why tools like ESG, launched today with the support of UNCG, are so crucial. They help to establish a common language and a practical guide for this action. Ladies and gentlemen, in Germany we see an advanced ESG landscape already, shaped mainly by the European Green Deal, sustainability regulations and reporting requirements. It is a strategy to make the EU climate neutral by 2050 through legislation, investment, and green technologies, and policies for clean energy has put into play. But it's still also a way to go, and the European climate law do play an important role in this regard. Germany's companies have started adapting a framework such as the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, which pushes for transparency and accountability in climate-related impacts. In this sense, Malaysia and Germany are on a similar stages, but it can never be a copy and paste, since the circumstances and the legislations might be a bit different. You know, we have a very strong data protection regulations that might be one of the barriers. But we can share both countries' expertise. Germany can share how regulation drives innovations and responsibility, while Malaysia is exposed to a huge market and young population, can showcase how dynamic economic growth can integrate sustainability into their digital and economic transformation. Taken together, today's session, it reminded us that sustainability is not a side issue. It is central to our economic resilience, our energy security, and our social well-being. The journey towards a just and inclusive digital energy transition will not be simple, and Maya has just started the necessary journey to undertake. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of CAS Malaysia, I extend my sincere appreciation to our partners, MIM, UNCG, and ISIS Malaysia, to our distinguished speakers, panelists, and also to my dear team. Said Idris, though your hand is injured, you made it. I was already a bit worried yesterday. And I would like to thank all of you for your presence and for the discussions. We will not be able to exhaust the discussions today. It will be follow-ups, and as this is a dynamic project or program, there will be much more come into play and to take into consideration as we all walk together the green transition journey. Let us carry on forward the ideas and commitments we heard today to ensure that Malaysia's digital economic grows not just in size, but also in sustainability, inclusivity, and responsibility, and we will leave no one behind. With that being said, I would like to thank all of you and wish you a blessed afternoon, and hope to see you all again. We stay tuned with the topic and with all the goals that we are aiming to achieve, and we hope to continue these holistic discussions on a later stage. I thank you very much.